Hi, this is Steve Walton from Tropic Heating and PatioHeat.com. Here we're going to take a look at this residential application. So a couple of elements that we want to look at is number one, this is a balcony, so the second floor here, and also from the images I got, it looks like there is a uh, hillside or bluff valley down here that goes pretty deep. So I'm imagining that there is times where this gets pretty windy, and so we're going to consider just using the electric heaters on this application. Also, the fact that we got some French doors here and this bay window that pops out. I have this out at just 12 inches away from this wall. And we have some lattice work up here. Also, I noticed there was a vine in one of the images that kind of grows out here, so I kind of made it a little fuller for right now. Just to bear in mind that we need to maintain that, especially the inside edge here, if it kind of grows inside there a little bit. So keep that in mind. And anything else? I think that's about it. Let's go ahead and look at the dimensions here. So dimension wise, I have the footprint of 26 feet by 11 feet deep, and that's to the outside edge of the balcony itself. And then also to the inside edge of this beam, the supporting beam right here, I have that to the wall at this 8 foot 11. So we'll just call it 9 feet from the wall to this edge here, and that's going to be important. I have the door swinging out 1 foot 9. It could be further out, I'm not sure, but it could go all the way up to 2 foot 7, 2 foot 8 as far as my plan's concerned. So just keep that in mind as well. I think that's about it. All right, so let me turn that off. I have two different options here. I have my favorite option, I should say, is probably placing 4 of the CD 4024 4000 watt 240 volt heaters. I have them so that they're just at 18 inches from this edge to the beam here, and you could actually go a little bit closer, but I'm trying to keep it more in the middle, and the thing I'm trying to avoid is just the clearance on these doors here. And also the fact that because this is protruding out from this wall here about a foot, no one's going to sit right underneath here, obviously, so everything is going to be kind of pushed out a little bit, I would imagine. So I have it off center is my point, 18 inches off this edge to the edge of the heater right here. And let's go ahead and look at the clearances for the unit. Hold on 1 second. So here's the bottom clearance, and that's why I have, this at this edge here. It's not really that important because I am 18 inches here, and the heater is actually physically below this beam here. And this beam, I just have it a 6-inch beam. And let's look at the top clearance here. 6 inches of clearance above the heater, 6 inches of clearance all the way around the heater itself. So again, we want to kind of just maintain that 6 inches for sure. The 18 inches down here, I wouldn't see that as big of an issue. The beam comes this way here. It's just that during the season where this the leaves kind of die off, you want to make sure you just trim that out and make sure it's clean and not touching the heater in any way. So just to bear that in mind. Now the heat ray itself, you can see with the 4 units, I'm getting a really nice coverage throughout this whole space. And same with this space over here. So I have just the couch I put there, but you may have another seating arrangement over here, but this would give you a nice coverage for this whole entire space there. And also here in the center, we're kind of missing it a little bit. And the one thing this customer was a little bit concerned about is how do they attach this with the lattice on the underside here. So this lattice work is not being supported greatly, so they were kind of concerned about hanging a heater off there. So what I've done is I've just essentially hung the heater off of these beams here. So you'd have to take your bracket here and maybe drill your own hole in this bracket down the center, and then put like a longer, maybe a 3 to 4 inch they're pretty small screws. I think they're only like a number 10 screw if I'm not mistaken, but you could do that and that would secure your heater just fine on this undersided lattice work here. So but again, this has got a really nice footprint of heat throughout this whole space. You got a little bit outside here, And again, we're not heating up this inner edge over here. So I think that would be a great application, and hopefully they will consider that. And then let's go ahead and look at the option 2, which would be placing two 4,000 watt units, and I have these at 15 degrees tilt. Now here's where that you know, we do want to make sure we're meeting that clearance, and especially the clearance below the heater. And I'm going to turn on both here. So when you angle the heaters, if there's an object that's above the appliance itself, you got to make sure that we're not hitting that. And at a 15 degree tilt, with the unit mounted above or on top, the ceiling area, then 15 degrees, this is no problem. You could probably go up to 17 degrees and still not penetrate that higher ceiling area. So that would be that. And of course, you know, now we have a little bit more of a concern about the foliage over here. We want to make sure we trim that back and it's not resting on top of the heater in any way. Okay. And those are basically centered, and then you would have to, you know, maybe build a block or something of that nature on top of the lattice to where you are going to secure it to. So you might put a, you know, another block from this beam here to this beam here, and then, you know, secure that screw all the way, or two even, all the way into the block that's up above, that would be screwed into this, you know, this direction here. So, but I do have these heaters centered within this open space, and same with this. And if you look at the ray footprint of heat, I'm going to turn off those clearances. You can see it's a decent footprint of heat. I'm not really capturing this spot that great, and of course not in the middle. And as you look over here, you see that the heater is, you know, penetrating this space here, not too badly. And but the thing is that it's a 4,000 watt unit, and it has to travel further than the person that would be sitting over here. Probably an extra, you know, maybe 8 inches is all. But you know, the truth of the matter is that this infrared light waves, they diminish pretty quickly as far as their intensity. So for every foot that you are away from the heater surface, your intensities are divided by about 4. So, you know, 8 inches is a long distance for infrared light waves, so bear that in mind. But this would work okay. It's just not my favorite, but it would be an application. Maybe this is a, you know, a warmer climate area. I don't have the address or city, state, anything of that nature where this is at, but this would be okay. It just wouldn't be the ideal. All right, well, if you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review your plans, please send your information to send it to designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve Walton. Thank you for watching, and if this has helped you in any way, please give us a thumbs up. We don't monetize, we don't advertise, and the only way that we can get our information out to the public is by you giving us a thumbs up so other people can see these videos as well. And we do sales and service in the Southern California area, so if you're looking to purchase this equipment, we'd be happy to support that as well. Thank you very much. Have an excellent day.